All right, guys, it's showtime. Let's get everything started. Let's make sure everything's going good. Leave some chats in the chat room so I know that it's working correctly. We have an awesome show for today. So we're going to be bringing in EJ Skullcrusher SNYDER from the hit show Naked and Afraid, dual survival, 25-year combat veteran, expert survivalist. This is going to be a blast. So I thought let's just wait to see everything that's going on the live stream. EJ's ready to go. We have Austin Chambers and the Apex Prepper are monitoring things in the chat room. So I think we're just, everything's getting ready. So let's see, EJ's dialing in right now. So I thought maybe just in the beginning of this, if you guys could hear me okay. Again, let me know if you can hear me. Let me just do a quick little intro on EJ. So, all right, there we go. You can see me now. Okay. All right, so let's get going. Let me do a quick little intro over here. So he has a really good bio over here on this particular site. EJ has a lot of different products that he has available. So I've provided links in the description box. We want to make sure that we all subscribe to EJ's YouTube channel, which is over here. He's been building up his, there we go. So he's building up his following and videos and everything like that and his own brand. So I have a link in the description box. Make sure you subscribe to that channel over there. Also, he's also available over here on Instagram. He has a Twitter page and more, Facebook. You can find him all over the place, and you can find him on TV too. So I really like this particular bio that we had on EJ. So while we're waiting for it to dial in. So it's like checking in. He's having a little bit of a dial-in problems. Let's see. I'll stall though. Here we go. Let me respond. Okay. All right. So here, let's do a quick little bio on EJ before we get going again. Okay. Looks like you can hear me loud and clear. Great. All right. Here we go. So you may know EJ from the Discovery Channel series Naked and Afraid and Dual Survival. EJ is an extreme survivalist, adventurer, retired combat vet. He is an expert in leadership, tracking, trapping, building shelter and equipment, primitive weapons, navigation, security, self-reliance, and self-defense. EJ SNYDER is a highly decorative Army combat veteran with 25 years military experience under his belt, serving ranger positions in infantry, airborne units, He joined the armed forces at 19, moved up the ranks quickly, seeing combat in both the Gulf War in 1991 and a 15-month tour during Operation Iraqi Freedom 2 in 2004 and 2005. So EJ has earned 2 Bronze Star medals, the Legion of Merit, the Order of St. Maurice Centurion, and over 40 other medals and decorations while serving the nation. During this time in the Army, EJ attended a vast number of schools, highly increasing his diverse set of skills, deploying on training and missions all over the world, received many accolades throughout his career. He stepped up as a ranger instructor, survival and tracking instructor, a drill sergeant. EJ was a renowned athlete and fighter during his time, earning the nickname Skullcrusher. EJ retired at the rank of Sergeant Major, and so quite the resume there. I don't have a cool name like Skullcrusher. So again, it looks like we're trying to get EJ's out on location right now, so we're trying to get everything dialed in over there. So he's trying to get in right now. I have a little message over here from him. So let's look at some stuff in the chat room going on. It looks like everyone could hear me. That's good. I could hear you. Well, hello, everybody. Hey, guys, from England. We have Mark Jeffers from England. Welcome. Okay, it looks like EJ's trying on a different channel right now. Hopefully, we'll get that one going. Let me go full screen mode. Okay, there. It looks like I see him. All right, so without further ado, let's bring in our very special guest for this live stream, EJ SNYDER from the hit show Naked and Afraid, dual survival, and an expert survivalist. So let's bring him in right now.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, everybody?
How's it going?
Good, man. I'm just trying to find a spot. I'm out here been out here in the bush just about every day I can, just since all this has been going on. And I had a spot I was trying to get to where I could get a signal.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, there's some weekend invaders out here, which just makes things a little bit rougher for me.
I love it. Well, everyone else is sheltering in place during COVID-19, and you're on the move. You're out on location. The only way to go, man. Yeah. So I see a great high spot over here. Let me just get in position there. Sounds great.
And I just appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, this
You know,
is
we've
gonna
been
be
chatting for a while now. So this has been awesome that we get to do this.
this is a blast. I mean, I first met you back in 2019 over at SHOT Show very briefly when you're walking around, and we got to talking a little bit about the survival food. And now we're doing a live stream together.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna talk about it in even more detail and in addition to other things. So.
Yeah, it's absolutely. It's going to be an awesome show here, folks. So just let me get in a good spot where I can
Sounds good.
kind of find a seat, put a pack down, and let's have a great chat today. Just give me another
very cool. Yeah, we have people.
Another minute.
Yeah, people dialing in from Denver. We have them from San Jose, from Portugal, from Poland.
That's awesome.
From Alabama. Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yeah, I'm on the move, folks. So hopefully the signal will be good.
Yeah, I hope
going
so.
through the bush.
I love it.
Going downhill. Lost an earbud. There we go. All right. Get over this water. Isn't technology great?
This is like the biggest survival situation this live stream has ever been on my channel.
Yeah.
out location.
Why not? You know, there's a perfect spot.
Cool.
Good lighting, not too much sun. A place to sit and have a chat.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Beautiful spot.
So I've been
birds are chirping.
Nice. We've been talking about you for the whole week, and everyone has a slew of questions for you. So I'm super excited.
That's awesome. So, yeah, I've been out here hiking and backpacking, camping all week on with the light pack, just honing my skills.
Yeah,
keeping them good. Let me show you where I'm at here.
Cool.
Now look at this gorgeousness. Isolated, quiet. It's just brilliant. And look at this. We're going to go right over here.
Now, where are you at again?
Oh, hey. Shh. Don't tell them where I'm at. Then they'll all start showing up. All right, let me put my pack down.
Sounds good.
Got me a seat here. Yeah, I don't want people to start showing up here.
Yeah, no, we don't want that.
Because, all right, hold on.
All right, cool.
Let me get you set up here on my pack.
There we go.
And we can have a great discussion. I'm going to pull a few things out of my bag before we get started.
Very cool.
Some stuff I want to show you guys.
Sounds great.
And share with you. But just give me 2 minutes. Thanks for your patience, folks. Oh, what's this? Oh, an SXB.
Oh,
how'd that get in there?
There it is.
Oh, what's this? It's like Felix's bag of tricks. Oh, his little brother, the SXS.
Oh.
Nice. I love when they spawn and have babies like that.
Yeah.
All right, one of my water kits. I need some water for this thing. And, the very awesome Purity water bottle.
Nice.
Best water bottle on the planet. And that's it for now. Okay.
Yep.
So let me put this thing down here and get set up, and let's get to this.
Sounds great.
I'm really excited to be with you guys. So we'll set this up. Come on, Bag, cooperate.
I've had a lot of people asking what kind of knife that you have in the photos, and so I have some links up here really quick. So that everyone's that one's a sweet knife. It's the SXB Skullcrusher Extreme blade. Right. I think it came out in like 2015 or so. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a tops knife, and it's just gnarly.
Thank you. Did you put me down to the bottom screen there, or was that me?
Oh yeah, I just showing the knife really quick to people.
Because I'm just trying to get the video set up here, so we're good.
Yeah,
I apologize, people. I am not technically sound guy. I do my best I can. I prefer to go out in the wild just with my skills, my hands, my knife, and if that's all I got, fine, I'll make it work. Just like you saw in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
All right, no more sun in your face. Hope you had your sunscreen on. Perfect.
It looks great. Yeah, we're practicing social distancing and everything right now. So.
Yeah, that's right. So, all right. So here I am, folks. EJ SNYDER. You probably see me run across your screen naked and afraid. Not that I'm ever afraid. I'm an extreme survivalist, professional survivalist. I do survival instruction, consulting. I work for several Discovery and other network programs, consulting on survival, adventure, as well as I work with the casting for Naked and Afraid as a interviewer to check people out, see if they got the skills to get on the show. I also do a lot of writing for several magazines like Knives Illustrated, most of the survival magazines, and a few newsletters. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a wilderness trekking guide. If you check my website out, ejsnyder.com, we're updating it right now. So we're going to put all of our courses we're offering, programs, all that stuff on there. But If you want to find out about it, there's an email in there. You can contact us. We'll get back to you. But we're really blowing up my YouTube channel now. That's going to be huge. I'm going to talk about some of the food I got going on, the gear I've been using, all that stuff. I'm really excited. Had some great things getting ready to happen until this COVID thing happened. All production right now. So don't ask me, hey, can I get on Naked Afraid? I keep calling Casty. They're not answering me. Be patient. Once this thing's over, trust me, everybody that's making an action movie, a TV drama, a soap opera, a reality show, they want to get going too, and it'll be at the end of the summer probably. So, yeah, I love life. Sucking the bone out of life, baby.
That's awesome. Yeah, you've always you've been our family's like favorite.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear? Yeah, if you could still hear me now, I was just going to say that
I can't hear you. Is that me?
I think it might be you.
Audio problems. Did you mute me?
No, I didn't.
Oh boy, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I could hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you though.
You can't hear me. Okay.
No, I can't hear you.
Let's see.
If it's me.
Let's see if people in the chat room, if they want to say whether if they could hear us or not. I could hear you just fine. So, let's see.
I don't know. I cannot hear you, Cliff.
Okay. How about right now?
You can hear me, but I can't hear you. So I don't know. Should I leave and come back on?
If
they said they can hear us both, but for some reason I can't hear your questions to me.
Okay. Do you want to, if you want to try dialing back in?
Let me try something really quick.
Cool. Just
in case. I hate these ones, but maybe it's on my end. Back up to the backup, folks.
All right, back up.
You always got to have a backup to the backup in the plan for survival.
Yeah.
I'm plugged in. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
I still can't hear you.
Let me let's see.
Not sure, Cliff, what's going on.
I can hear you just fine. I think everyone else could hear you.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right, I got you. You know what happened? I got a big fat ogre thumb. So, I hit the button.
That's funny.
And now I can hear you. That's me.
Okay.
You guys can hear me. All right, back to business. Sorry, folks, but again, always have a backup to the backup in a survival situation or when you're doing a live YouTube. Wow. I owe you guys 15 more minutes, so I'm happy to do that. So now that I've got my crap together, let's get excited. Let's scream a little. Let's yell a little. Let's have some fun. America.
Now, when you do on the show, you were pretty known for the show for a lot of screaming and yelling. Is that how you are just with everything? Watching football game, or making a barbecue, or whatever.
Everything in life. Everybody that knows me, even going through the army, my soldiers will tell you that was just me. I grew up in Jersey, Italian upbringing, so kind of loud and proud. Wear my emotions on my sleeve. I've always been a yeller. Just what I do. I feel that if you let that stuff out, it's like a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
All the stress and negativity goes along with it. I yell when I'm happy, sad, when it's appropriate, cheering, mad, doesn't matter. Some people have been trying to copy it, Jeff Zouch, and others, not as good as me. They don't yell from the diaphragm. You see in the Army, I was a drill sergeant. I was a Ranger instructor. You got to have a big voice for those guys. So I think that's where it kind of really started happening. I had a great singing voice till I became a drill sergeant. Now I got this thing. So a little known fact about me. And so, yes, I feel that primal screams reduce your stress. They let all my brothers and sisters up in Valhalla know I'm still on this planet kicking ass. And it just gets your frustrations out. And it's good to do. Not overdo, but good to do. And it's just something signature about me.
Yeah, I love it. It's always been a that we've really enjoyed it. I think there's a little echo going on my side for some reason.
I don't hear it.
You don't hear it? Okay. All right, folks, in the comments, sorry for the echo.
So we could do this whatever way you want. We can get to questions and answers, then get to gear, get on COVID first, whatever you want to do. First off, I just want to say, if you're out there and you're a frontline person, you're in the healthcare service, whether you're a doctor, nurse, or cleanup person in the hospitals, you're a food service worker working at all the takeouts, drive-through deliveries, you're an Uber Eats driver, DoorDash, a trucker bringing toilet paper to the stores, you know, one of those guys on the front line working a convenience store, putting gas in the tanks, cops, EMS, firefighters. I salute you. Thank you for being out there on the front lines and doing what you're doing. It's a very nasty disease that has the effects of a bioweapon, even though it's not a bioweapon. It's not. It's pretty contagious, apparently, or so. We don't really know the numbers because all the data's not there. I think in my humble opinion, when it all shakes out, we're going to see that it really isn't as deadly as it is, although it is a nasty virus. If somebody out there's lost somebody, I'm not trying to be heartless. I've lost several close friends. A friend of mine's lost family members. It is a nasty virus and bad way to go for folks. And I feel for anyone that's lost anybody, my prayers are to you. But the big number is 7 billion people on this planet. 7 billion. And we're close to maybe 300,000. One life lost is too many. This thing, whether it's suicide, car accident, you know, domestic violence, drug overdose, any lives lost on this planet is a sad day because it affects somebody's life that person left behind. But I think the percentage numbers are going to be somewhere around 0.000193% on the mortality rate. So that's, you know, and I'm a big civil liberties, you know, you got your rights. And anybody, I'm an old patriot in America, and I fought for these rights. And once they start getting infringed upon, we got to make sure those elected leaders that are doing those things know it in a few months from now. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway.
Yeah. Again, I have a little bit of echo on my side. I was curious where you got the name Skullcrusher.
All right. Skullcrusher is an endearing term. I'll give you the short version. Like, I've been a fighter. I got bullied as a kid. I hate bullies. So for me, it was about, you know, standing up to bullies, finding a way for myself first to get self-confidence, to have the fortitude, because I was not a skull crusher back when I was a kid. I was like a stick snapper. And so I needed to build up my own self-confidence to stand up to these guys. And it wasn't just one bully, it was a pack of them. So I started learning to box and wrestle. And then I was too poor to pay for karate classes. So when my friends would go to karate classes, they come home, I told them, teach me what you learned. And eventually I stood up to the bullies. Now I'll say this, outside the ring and combat, and I've never thrown a first punch in my life, but I've thrown a hell of a lot of last punches. So you step across the line, step up. I kind of like fighting. I found that I really liked it. And so one time it was a barracks party going on. This guy sucker punched one of my friends. A kid hit the ground, is going to need stitches. I got in there, threw the guy out of the way, tended to my friend. The next thing I know, I feel something glass break in the back of my head. I don't know if it was a bottle or a beer mug, still to this date. Turn around, it's the sucker puncher, the weasel. I shoved him on the ground. I says, dude, you're better off sandpaper in a grizzly bear's ass than fuck with me. Go stay there. I'm going to get my friend out of here. I turned around to help my friend. He came at me. I turned around, bap, 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 was on top of him, ground and pound. I go bloodlust at that point. You're in a world of hurt. My friends pulled me off. I was like, you're not worth it. Bye. Grabbed my buddy, got him to the hospital. Next morning, I'm walking into the formation, and I hear, hey, what's up, Skullcrusher? What's up, Skullcrusher? Apparently, the guy's face was a little fractured, and, you know, it happened. You know, it's what it is. I'll tell all the kids out there, use your words first. Fight to defend yourself only. And so in the Army, you get these nicknames, and they're endearing. They stick with you. I was a big WWE guy, so I just embraced it.
Who's your favorite WWE wrestler?
Oh gosh, I think back in the day, the old days when it was just up and coming. I was a big Ultimate Warrior guy. Hulk Hogan, the Macho Man. Oh yeah, Skullcrusher's here.
You sometimes have a similar look to Jesse the Body Ventura from Predator.
Absolutely, and I was just about to say, but Jesse the Body Ventura is probably really near and dear to my heart. That's because of our likeness, but he is a like-minded thinker like me. He's kind of libertarian, independent, middle of the road kind of guy, and he doesn't have a problem telling it like it is. So
yeah. Well, cool. So now after that whole story from the military against Dr. Yeko, now we have Skullcrusher on the food.
Yeah,
And
that's
we
right.
have the knife and a bunch of other things too.
So the food was important to me. I was actually I was actually trying to plan to hike the Appalachian Trail this year. And a dream of mine, my kid brother and I, before he passed away, when I got out of the service, we were going to do that. And what I found was I was testing all these meals out last year. I've been testing for a while, but last year I actually went to Alaska and tried out all these competitors' meals. And I looked at all these hiking shops along the trail. They're charging an arm and a leg. And these folks through hiking can't afford this. Families don't want to pay a high price for this stuff. And then I started eating it, and it's filling, and it gets in your stomach like an MRE. It's kind of nutritious. I wanted a dehydrated food that was all natural, high in vitamins, minerals, made here right in America, tasted really good, gave you more protein for the portions and larger size servings. And so that's what we got with Aftershock Preparedness. I met Terry Weisenhut in a little show I was doing in Raleigh, North Carolina. She's a tough old lady, boy, and she can cook. And this food was delicious. I love the taste of it. They actually make a gluten-free product as well. But I wanted some meals that were like goulashy, things you could mix on the go, packed with vitamins, energy, good for you so you're not just eating garbage. I want you to eat nutritious stuff while you're out there that was affordable. We're selling 24-hour and 72-hour family packs right now because of the situation. Mm-hmm. If you go to my website, there's a link, gets you right to it, and you pick up the food. It's at a great price. Feeds a family of 4 for 24 hours, and then there's a 72-hour kit. And if you send them a message, they can send you individual packets, or it can even build a bigger box. So what your needs are.
What I really liked about yours in comparison, because I test a lot of different these type of food, whether it be a Mountain House, or Valley Food Storage, or My Patriot Supply. With yours, they seem to have a larger serving size and a lot more calories and protein compared to the other ones from what I've seen.
That's right. And then we're not just using like powdered meat protein. You're going to get chunks of meat in there. You're going to get beef. You're going to get pork, chicken, whatever we're putting on the menu in that meal. The blueberry oatmeal is my favorite because I like to just drink some coffee and get moving. But the oatmeal is awesome. If you're just one person and you buy these packages, put them in a Ziploc. Just cut the portion in half or in thirds, whatever it is. Change the recipe. You could take these packages with you, and you could get, as one person, you can get 3-4 meals out of one.
Yeah, I was going to eat this one for breakfast today, but I'm going to eat it after the interview. So.
Awesome. And make sure you tell everybody about it.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you want to purchase some of that stuff, you can go to my website under the gear, get the gear link, and there's a tab for it, and it'll get you right to Aftershock to buy it. If not, go to aftershock.com. Look for my mug and pick it up. And by the way, any money I get out of any of the gear I'm supporting or I've created, I take 20% of my proceeds and I send it to veterans charity causes, whatever's the one for the day. And so with COVID going on right now, the VA hospitals are dealing with some of this situation going on. So I'm looking to donate the money right now to the VA to help our brothers and sisters and veterans in the administration that are going through this right now. So on that gear tab, if you go to my website, www.ejsnyder.com, you're going to see the food. You're going to see there's a T-shirt website, takes you to reality tees. My knives are on there, the Purity water bottle, which we'll get to. But right now we're talking food, and it's very important that you get a quality food from me at an affordable price. And we have a few dealers out there like Pepper Jack's in Fayetteville, North Carolina, right next to Fort Bragg, and there's a few others out there. But if you want to be a dealer or you want to sponsor this food because you run a hunting store or survival store or whatever, or you want to put it on your website and you want to be a dealer, Terry Weisenhut will set you up and they'll drop ship for you.
Cool. And I'm definitely going to be doing a review of that very soon. So.
Awesome.
Cool. Random question.
Please ask the questions, Cliff, because I will take this thing over, please.
Okay. What's your favorite MRE entree?
I try not to. It's been so many years from the Army. But I was one of the original troops in the Army that started testing this stuff. And I got to tell you, where it's gone from the Dead Duke bar and the John Wayne wheel and the Jane Fonda bars of old has gone way above board. I like the tortellini meals that they have. I think those are really tasty. It's probably one of my favorites because I like to get a little pasta in me, keep the engine going, especially when you're out trekking and doing long road marches. I did have my own MRE brand for a while, but we fell out of partnership with that company. So you may see a few Skullcrusher MRE meals floating around there, heating the bag, but that's since subsided, and I'm back to the dehydrated meals.
Very cool. Very cool. Sorry, my kids just stormed the live stream because they heard that EJ SNYDER is.
Oh, what's up, kids?
You want to have a question for us? Say hi.
Hello.
Hey, how are you, Ghostbusters? You doing all right?
Yeah.
So what have you been doing during your little extended vacation for school?
Homework and video.
Homework and video games? You mean you're not watching Dual Survival Season 9 or a binge watch of Naked Afraid with EJ SNYDER? That's what everybody else is doing, I heard. What video game do you play?
Minecraft, Fortnite, Overwatch.
Wow. Man, those are some good games. So I've heard. I don't play them.
Ow, my ears.
Not sure. Anyway, they're both excited for that.
That's awesome.
Cool. I just have some random, just really. You said that you didn't need any pre-questions on this one, so
nope.
I thought if you could bring 5 items to Naked and Afraid challenge, what would they be? Because I know that they say on the show how you get your knife, and most people bring a fire starter.
Normally, what they do is they tell everyone to bring 4 items.
Yeah.
And then each partner brings 4. They number them 1 through 4, most important to least important. Producers sit down. Survival expert on the scene sits down with them, and they figure out which 2 items would help these people out. Lately, some skill sets and areas have been challenging for individuals, so they've been giving a few more. I think the last one I watched, 21 Days and 21 Miles or something, 5. On my Naked Afraid alone, I had 3, but I was out there by myself. And my items never change. What's in my kit bag right now never changes. It's always the same. So I'll start with very simple. Let me dig in here and grab one more thing out. I left one of these items that I wanted to bring out in my pack here. Where'd you go? Oh, reach in the bag properly. It's like Felix's bag of tricks in here. Okay, so here we go. So I've got a few items that are always in my pack, no matter if I'm on a 3-day, 5-day, forever hike. Okay, so let's put this here. Thank you, folks. You've been great. Oh, let's make this happen here. Oh, my gosh. Fun and film. All right, there we go. So first item, number 1, always fixed blade. You know, a nice fixed blade knife. What's fixed blade mean? It's full tang. Goes all, fixed blade knife, full tang, goes steel all the way through the handle. In case my grips break or my handle breaks, I could still use this. This is made out of 1095 high carbon, so it throws a spark if I use a fire starter. Very important. Takes a blade edge very well, stays sharp for a long time. So fixed blade knife, full tang, my first number 1. Number 2, so I don't have to do friction fire, which I can do, but it's in certain areas, certain foreign lands, it can be difficult. If the conditions are very moist, the materials aren't as good as you're used to using. This is a magnesium fire starter made by Pure Fire Tactical Fire Starters out of Florida. Bobby Lynn's the guy that makes these. It's 99.95 grade magnesium. That's what this silver stuff is. You strip that off this into your tinder bundle, and that magnesium, literally this stuff lights in water. It will float on top of the water and will ignite. And you hit it with the ferro rod spark. So number 2 item, a good magnesium fire starter. Number 3, I like to take a nice steel pot. I usually take a Coleman coffee pot because not only can you cook food in it, but it boils water twice as fast. When you're boiling water, it can be a pain. It's got a percolator in it. Plus, it comes with a nice basket, wicker basket, that you can put leaves in there and make a nice tea. I love coffee, but sometimes in the field, you can't find them. There are some beans in Colombia, but so a good steel pot is a good product, or my backup to my backup. I showed you my water. The Purity water. This filter is the best on the market. We'll talk about that later, but I can fill that up anywhere and be good to go. and it takes all the nasties even out of your tap water. But this is a stainless steel water container. So I got a water carry. Plus, if I need to, I can boil water in this thing. Make sure it's single walled, not double walled, because it'll explode on you. And the great thing is it came in this is by BattleBox, one of my sponsors, but it comes in this mesh. Look at this bag.
Yeah, cool.
So if your water is hot, you put it back in this bag, you soak this bag in water, and you hang it up in a tree, let the wind get at it, and within a half hour, an hour, you're going to have cool drinking water. Trick I learned in the Gulf War. So, so for me, a water container next of some kind of a steel type, so I can boil water, because when you can boil water, you always have pure water. Number 4, it fluctuates between a few different items. If you're going to a real buggy area, since you said 5, let's just go with this. Fire starter material. This paracord is from Live Fire Gear. It's actually a fire starting fire cord. So inside there, not only do you have the normal strands of 550 cord, but you've got that little red strand in there. You pull it out, cut a piece off, make it like cotton. You just singe it up on your knife, and it'll help start the fire. So a good 300 feet of paracord. You can make traps. You can build shelter. You can do everything with it. So that was 4. 5 is either a nice 20 by 20 tarp or some kind of a good sturdy tarp, or a mosquito net, depending on where you're going. So there you go.
Now I remember when you on the first episode that you're on in Tanzania with Kelly, you mentioned that you live and die by your feet. Do you have a shoe preference that people could put on their shopping list?
Oh man, there's a great company called they're running for Combat Sandals. I think there are Combat. You heard of them?
No.
I just getting involved with this company. So I've got their sandal. They make a sandal, like a flip-flop can. And so those are pretty cool. But when I'm out in the bush, I like a good, we've seen the troubles with my feet, even though I make shoes, always a struggle. Right now I normally wear Merrell's, which is a good brand of footwear that I use for normal working out. But when I'm doing long trekking, I actually got on my feet right now. If you can see these 13 wides. Yeah. There we go. These are Solomon's. I've been using these for a while now. They are actually, got my crotch going here. Huh?
It's nothing we haven't seen before already on the show.
Yeah, that's right. Except with a blur, right? Let's fix this here. There we go. All right, good. So I've been wearing some Solomon boots. I've been just breaking in the past 6 or 7 months, I think.
Those are my favorite. The Solomons are awesome.
Yeah. And I've had Solomon before in the military for running shoes and stuff like that. So I really like them. Going on my website really soon are these great sandals. If you like footwear that you like to run very minimalistic, I try to go barefoot as much as I can to keep my feet tough. Mm-hmm. But after my last episode, you saw what I got a pedicure done. Ruined all my work on my feet. So I'm kind of starting from scratch and getting tough on my feet up.
Yeah, I was curious on after you do one of these survival type challenges, what's the recovery period like for you as far as what you eat and the things that you want to do?
I gorge pretty bad. Most 21-day challenges for me, it's a normal cycle. It takes about 6 months for my metabolism to get back to normal. I always go into these challenges, especially if I get afraid, putting weight on as much as I can. That way I can take the blow of not having food right off till I figure it out. So for me, I get back, and normally what happens is it takes 6 months. I passed my normal weight, and I always put back on the weight like I did before I went out, which is not where I want to be. So it takes about 6 months for my metabolism to even off, to feel good. It takes me about 90 days to really feel good about getting in a good workout routine again. And then I'm back to normal by about 6 months. For the 40 days, it took almost a year, like 9 months to a year. But this last one, I ate like a vegetarian. So my body acted real. I put weight on so fast when I got back. Mm-hmm. And I'm just at the 6 month mark now. And I'm just finally starting to head down on my weight. It's been a bit of a challenge. And since this COVID thing's happened, normally I'm in the gym quite a bit now. Now I'm out here in the wild trying to figure out how to substitute for the gym again. But
yeah, one of the questions I had, your second appearance on the show, you went to the Amazon with Laura, and it looked like an absolute hell as far as the bugs and everything that went.
Yeah.
When how did that go? As far as, were you just at home and you got a call saying, "Hey, these guys aren't going to cut it.
Yeah.
We need to, let's bring in the legend." Is that how it
Yeah.
went? Or I was kind of curious how that.
Well, I was very close with the production and the showrunner is a guy named Steve Rankins. He was Bear Grylls, Man vs. Wild's executive producer for 6 years with Bear, so he really knows this stuff. And he asked me my opinion to take all the men and women and you know number them 1 through 6 of what I thought where their skill level was and what I assessed. And it was kind of, little did I know, it was a tryout for me to get ready to start casting people. But I just was honest. And so this is where everybody ranks as far as what I saw and what I can tell and what I know about these people. And so I'm sitting there and I get a call and I'm like, it's one of the executive producers from the production company. He's like, "Hey, I got a problem." I'm like, "Well, what's the problem?" "I've got 3 people that were in the Amazon. They all quit. I got a camera crew down there. I'm losing lots of money. And all the locals say nobody can do it." I'm like, "I could do that shit." He's like, "I thought you'd say that." I'm like, "Yeah. Well, I'm happy to go down there." He's like, "Well, good." I was like, "When do you need me?" He's like, 6 days. I'm like, I'm an old soldier ready to deploy at a minute's notice.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, all right. Hey, listen, let me just go. I'll call you tomorrow. Let me go tell my boss to see if I can get leave or something and keep my job still maybe when I get back. But I'm going either way. He's like, "I do know that. I already bought you the ticket." I'm like, "All right, well, who am I going with?" He's like, "Don't worry. We'll hook you up. You'll be good to go." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." So hold my beer. Here we go. So off I went like 6 days later. I'm gone. I'm in the Amazon, which is no problem. My survival skills have been all over the world, all the ecosystems you have on the planet. I've survived in, I've been in, I've trained in. And so I take my basic brand of survival and apply it to the zone. I do a quick study on the area, on wildlife, fauna, and what ancient people did in those areas to survive. And a lot of times I wind up using some of those tricks I did in the Amazon when it came to drinking water, and it worked out for us. And the Amazon was amazing. It was my favorite and most best challenge ever. Laura's she was my best and favorite partner. We worked like yin and yang. We had that one little argument over the eel. It's just because we never talked about hunting strategies prior to that.
Yeah, that was the one moment where you really. My wife is a huge fan of yours, and that was the one moment where she saw that not only are you this big military guy, but you had a lot of empathy during that situation, and was listening about the how to kill the electric eel type thing. Where were you able to obtain that skill? Because that could be a survival skill for a lot of us married guys.
Yeah, well, you're on your own with that. Sorry, everyone has their own journey there.
Yeah.
But where it came from is just years of dealing with different people in the military. As a senior leader, as a first sergeant, a platoon sergeant, a sergeant major, and just dealing with people. I'll get this up a little higher. I pulled that stuff out of the bag, and now it's like doesn't want to sit here right. But it was just knowing that. One, for me, teamwork was very important.
Yeah.
That partnership was important. The mission was important. I didn't want it to just, I knew I was going to have to figure a way and come down to that, to a way where I was speaking on the level that we were both didn't feel threatened. We were both just being honest and lay it out. And it was really important for me to get there, and it helped me.
Yeah.
I grew from that experience. I looked at things a lot more differently. And when I moved forward with my survival training from that point, it morphed me from a military strategy, military type survivalist to a more hybrid survivalist, where I got back to my primitive side of survivalism, embraced my Native American heritage again, and got back into doing things more kind to the earth and having more respect for what I'm taking from the earth, even though I know it's here for us to use. A lot of times when you get into really tough situations like in Bulgaria, you're going to, as much as I tried to fight not going back to my old ways, I had no choice because Bulgaria picked the fight with me. So
where's the one place that you've been all over the world in various survival type situations, all over all different conditions? Where's the one place that you would least like to go back to or to go if you haven't been there?
Always like to go back to a place I've been because I'm better. Every time I go back in, I'm better. The Amazon was a complete grocery store. It was a complete hardware store, anything you needed, it was there to build. You see, we built probably one of the best shelters ever in the history of the show. They didn't show a lot of it, but it was literally a tree house.
Yeah.
And we were literally almost 8 feet off the ground because we were trying to get above the mosquito plane. And we had a nice thatched roof with palm fronds layered. Thing was waterproof. And
You definitely
built
have
that awesome raft.
Yeah, that raft. You had a two-seater raft. It was amazing.
Well, you pulled the back of the seat off, and it was a bed. So I didn't know if we were going to have to sleep on the thing or what. I just wanted to be ready as a little bit of a houseboat, so to speak. And we actually had an area to cook on it if we caught fish. Wow. It was really nice. But Tanzania was tough because it was the dry season. We had just limited tools. It just really, and poor Kelly was from Alaska, so she's not dealing well with the heat.
Yeah.
So Tanzania was tough. Bulgaria was probably equally as tough, but for different reasons. That was a rough situation as well. So for me, I least like desert scenarios. I can do them. I've done them, but deserts are my least favorite place to try and go survive, just for me.
Okay. In all the various survival things that you've been in, it seems like you've eaten a lot of electric eels. And one, are we going to be able to see an electric eel meal in the Skullcrusher food line? And two, what's the one food item that you would like to eat again at some point that you've done in a survival situation?
All right. Well, I've been eating a lot of squirrel since I've been out here. I love squirrel. I'll have to look into an electric eel meal. I may have to put that past Terry and see what she thinks.
Like a gumbo.
I don't know if they have dehydrated eel out there for us to produce that, but we'll have to see. Maybe she can work it. I don't know how expensive that might be, but we'll have to look into that. But in all seriousness, the absolute worst meal I ever had out there was this tadpole soup that Kelly and I ate in Tanzania. The most god-awful thing I put across my lips. And then the best meal, the eels were really good. Every time I've eaten electric eel, they're pretty tasty. But I got to tell you, Laura, we got this wolffish out there, and she put some guava fruit in the belly. She wrapped it in banana leaves and then wrapped it in clay and clay baked that thing. And it was absolutely, 5-star, the best. And I honestly said, the catfish we ate in Africa was amazing. And it was the first time I ever ate catfish in my life. So,
so when you're not training other military personnel on survival situations and crushing skulls, what's an EJ SNYDER hobby? What do you do outside of all of this?
I'm doing this. There's something else to do. I love the wilderness. For me, it's just naturalist breathing. I come out here because it's my solitude. It's my church. It's where I pray. I meditate. I do yoga. Yoga's become a big part of my life now, as whenever I can get out there and do yoga. I'm not real good at it, but I like the whole zen of it, and clearing my mind. I'm a big sports fan. I love American football. I love MMA. I love to go drink a good craft beer with my son at the bar and watch a good fight or a football game. Craft beer tasting is something I like doing. But I do like drinking wine as well. But for me, I just love living life. I love to hike. I love to get out and bicycle. Being in the outdoors is something I extremely love doing. I only hunt and fish to survive. I'm not into sport hunting or sport fishing. I think about taking up kayaking maybe and seeing how if I'm not so tippy. But I did love whitewater rafting and canoeing for a lot of years. I just like seeing amazing things in life. I think watching TV, even though I'm on TV, please keep watching it. I love, TV's great, and I DVR stuff to watch, or I watch it off my phone or my computer. I don't really watch a lot of TV. I think I'm sitting there in front of a TV, or I could be outside experiencing something for real.
Yeah.
And but I find TV, YouTube, this video, social media as a medium to reach as many people on this planet as I can, to motivate them, inspire them, teach them how to get out of bad days. I'm not into teaching people survival to be the next Bear Grylls, Cody Lundin, Dave Canterbury. I want you to be the best everyday Joe or Joan you are. Where are you at? Where's your nutrition level? Where's your fitness level out? Where's your skill level out? That I want to help you people out, to be able to help your family, help yourselves get out of a bad day, no matter if it's getting run off the road in a bad blizzard at your home, getting stuck and lost out here in the woods, or a terrible natural disaster happens. I want you to be safe. I want you to take care of your loved ones. I want you to have the skills, if nothing else, the right mindset to get through any situation. Just like I say all the time, tu esponte superstes, survive by your own will. It's on most of my t-shirts. It might be on that one right there. I see the logo up in the corner. Go to my website and get to my reality t-shirt store. They've got some great, even some electric eel type t-shirts on there. But I want people to understand, if you have the right positive mindset on anything in life, whether you're fighting a drug addiction, alcoholism, you think about, unfortunately, suicide, or fighting a life-threatening illness or like cancer or something like that, you put the right positive mindset, you can get through anything. You could beat anything.
Wow. So yeah, it was perfect timing, because I was going to bring up the motto that you have there it's a Latin, I believe, for that.
Yep.
Where did that originate from? And when did you feel that you had to apply that? You really were relying on that motto that you had?
Oh God, in Bulgaria for sure. But my logo, I want to be a throwback and representation of where I came from. And all military units have a motto. The Rangers have sua sponte, of your own accord. So I wanted something to kind of throw back to my military roots. And the Rangers, for a while, I had crossed tomahawks, which was the original tomahawk that the Rangers carried back in the colonial days, to the modern one. And then it evolved into my SXB, because people were starting to steal my logo. So if I got my logo patent with my knife, I know they couldn't steal that. So so it's morphed. The barbed wire goes back to when I was a SEER instructor, because we had Camp Slappy. If anyone's been a vacationer at lovely Camp Number 3 in the wonderful People's Revolutionary Republic, do you know what I mean? And the skull, obviously, Skullcrusher with the interlocking CSC crack in the skull. Actually, that skull was something a lot of folks saw on a certain patch that I used to wear.
Yeah.
And of course, my nickname. But and 333 is my number. Cool. It's an angel's number. It's a balanced number. You can look up the meaning of 333. It can mean a lot of things. So it's very symbolic for me. Not half evil, by the way.
Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, because I know you're on a hike right now, but I want to just do a quick reminder to everyone to make sure that you subscribe to EJ's YouTube channel. In addition to he's all over social media. He prefers, again, he mentioned that this is a medium to kind of get his information out there. So let me put it up on the screen really quick. So I provided links in the description box where you could go to EJ's YouTube channel. It's over here, EJ Skullcrusher SNYDER. A lot of different information over there. And
we're rebuilding it, folks. So you got a lot of good information. Get ready to come at you on that channel.
He's also over on Instagram. I follow him on Instagram, and a lot of different things over there, in addition to the Twitter channel. And then there's a fan page on Facebook as well. And again, we're going to be checking out the Skullcrusher line, the food that he has available for this. We have the 72-hour family kit that's really nice, because it has a whole bunch of calories in it, has a whole bunch of protein in it. The serving size is a lot larger than some of the other dehydrated food that I've tested out. And then we're also going to be doing a video on the Skullcrusher Extreme Blade, which is just a gnarly looking fixed blade survival knife. I heard that you designed this one because you were in a survival situation, and a knife not to be named failed on you situation. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. This is the SXB Skullcrusher Extreme Blade. Yeah. It's a one tool option survival fighting knife. You can do so many things with this in so short of time. Basically, I designed it to be a survival fighting knife. If you're a firefighter out there, it's great to have on your belt to get through situations. It's a chopper. It's a fine work knife. It does everything a small knife can do. It's a big boy. It's a hammer. It's got a skull crusher on the end that's an inch. So you have 3 inches of clearance on that blade to clear your hand. It'll go through a windshield. It'll go through a walnut, a coconut, even go through a melon. It saved many soldiers' lives on the combat field. And it's an amazing knife. Even if you think it's too big for you, you can carry it on your pack. And then I created its little brother, the Skullcrusher Extreme Sidekick, which is a smaller blade. It's about 5.5-inch blade. This little beast we baton 5 hardwood logs with the prototype into 6 little pieces each. 3,000 pieces of firewood out of this one prototype little blade. It comes with an ergonomic, I can never say that word, ergonomic handle, ergonomic handle, or you can get the one with the paracord, and it's skeletized. And the reason I made it, and it's a little bit flatter Skullcrusher, but it's got 4 lashing points so that you can pull this cord off and make yourself a nice hog point spear with this blade. And this little baby, you know, I got big size 19 mitts, but it's still a great little blade. So you got the Skullcrusher Extreme blade, which is the big daddy. And then you got his little brother, the Skullcrusher Extreme sidekick, because every great action hero needs a sidekick. Ah!
And if someone wants to buy this, where would you prefer them to buy it at?
Go to my website under the gear link. There's a link there that'll take you straight to it, or go to topsknives.com and just punch in SXB or SXS. You can buy it there.
Okay, so cool. I mean, I know it's all over the place. I'm looking at the website right now, so it's on the gear section of this. Get geared up. So if you go to get geared up, go to the SXB knife, and then it's available over there. So I'll make sure that there's links for all this. Again, I'm going to be doing a review of this one, which I'm super excited about. I've seen some other reviews on YouTube, and it looks like it's just gnarly. And
another thing, real quick, the Purity water bottle is on my website, and it's a bit of an expensive water bottle. It's not super expensive. The price point's running from you at the moment, but these filters, I mean, you get 2 of them for, I think it's $132, but the filter itself, I mean, you get one of these filters, this thing's gonna last you over 3 months. Okay, it's going to be like the amount of plastic that goes into our oceans and pollutes our oceans is unbelievable. It is a crime, and this will save you over 1,600 water bottles a month going into that water, just by yourself. All the nasties that are in your tap water, the city tries to put down your throat. Your body is a temple, and water is life's blood. Treat your body right. I just drink water out of this all the time, because it's even whether it's coming out of my tap, I'm at the gym. I know I'm drinking the best water on the planet. If I have to, in a tough situation, somebody's chasing me, I could just fill this bottle up with water and go and drink. Or I can pull it out and use this as a life, like the life straws. But I tell you, the others claim to be very good about purifying water. There's a lot of filters out there. Get you something. But the logs numbers, that's the 99 point, what comes after it? And there's 5 bars that come after that number. This is 0.99994.
Nice.
If it gets any higher, you can't suck out of this thing. So it takes chemicals, it takes all kinds of stuff out of there. So if you're in an urban situation and you're trying to bug out, having one of these on you for the first wave of this thing, and make sure you have that backup to the backup, a nice steel canteen. But this thing, this water, it's good for your body, this filter, because it purifies the water, and you can't go wrong with it. I've been using it for 2 years now.
Awesome. So these are all available. So they go to the website, the EJSNYDER.com. I have a link in the description box for the website. I have links in the description for the YouTube channel. Everyone subscribe to EJ's YouTube channel. Again, I'm going to be doing at least 2 dedicated videos, one for the knife and then one for the food, where we're going to be eating this food for the next several days. So I'm looking forward to that. So
listen, folks, if we can, get my numbers up, I'd love to get my subscribers up from this, just from being a partner with the Urban Prepper and coming back on and doing these things. And I want to get good information out to all of you. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. Like I said, we're getting ready to ramp that up. Got a lot of good information, getting ready to come up there about survival, fun stuff, all kinds of things. Whatever, if you put in the comments, we'd like to see something like this, I'll get it done and I'll get it up there. I just want to be there for you and make it a great place for skull-crushing sense kind of information. That's like common sense, but with an attitude. And, I'd love for my numbers from this, off of this thing. If I could get to 10,000 subscribers today, that'd be amazing. But anything above that is gravy, and I'd be grateful. Yeah, and again, any of my gear you buy, 20% is going to help Veterans Affairs charity that I'm going to donate to for this COVID-19 thing.
That's awesome. So, all right, guys, you know what to do. So check out, subscribe to EJ's channel. Again, we're going to be featuring EJ on EJ's products on a couple other videos coming up, which will hopefully bring a lot of more people over there. I don't want to bother you from your hike. It looks like
no, we're good, man. We got 6 more minutes. I'm a man of my word, and I signed up for an hour. I'll pick up some of your time up front. I'll take more questions, but before we do that, big shout out to Tops Knives Arix and Purity water bottles. My buddy Bobby Lynn at Purifier Tactical Fire Starters. Rogue American Apparel for guys that are just badass Viking-like with beards. Go check them out. My good friends at MTM Special Ops Watches. And my good friends at Shade Tree Sunglasses, which are handmade, eco-friendly sunglasses with all recyclable materials. If you go over there and use promo code, you can find them on Instagram, Snyder, you'll get $5 off your purchase. And they donate a bunch of the money to help, eco-friendly stuff within the world, especially getting that plastic out of the water. So go check out my friends from Shade Tree Sunglasses as well. And go ahead, get yourself a meal, a t-shirt, and a knife, a water bottle, and a fire starter. You got yourself a ready go.
There we go.
Survival camping trip for the weekend.
Love it. How about for the last 5 minutes, we'll do rapid fire Q&A. I got a lot of questions from people.
Awesome. Look what I just found. A little old man's beer just sitting here right at my feet for my fire tonight. Always got to be planning ahead, folks. That's what survival's about. Survival on the fly. So, and then Bulgaria, we didn't really get to talk much about Bulgaria, but
yeah,
people ask me, hey, was it tough being alone? And it's like, don't get confused with the History Channel show Alone and the Naked Afraid Alone series. The Naked Afraid Alone series just meant that you're starting out without a partner. There's been a lot of 21 days where people have lost their partner and gone a long time alone, and they did it. But this one, you're going in knowing that you're by yourself. Now, I'm out here by myself, no issues. I'm with the squirrels. If they get too close, I get to eat them. Great. But the alone part for me was isolation is, you better like yourself. That's all. You better be able to entertain yourself, which I have no issue doing. So for me, it was not a problem. But the part I missed, and I got a newfound appreciation for all my past partners, and I saluted them at the end of my episode, was that I didn't have them there, even just have a conversation to make the night shorter, body heat, and then going and getting the survival task cut in half, because I had to start a primitive fire and the only wood I had to burn was deadfall, because all the stuff I would chop was so wet, it'd take a week and a half for it to dry out, and I have to split it down into little pieces. It's a lot of work. And if you don't have someone to guard the fire, make sure it's still stoking throughout the day, gathering firewood's such a pain, but it's a necessary task. If you want to stay warm, keep the predators away, you want to eat, if you have to purify water, which I didn't, I had natural springs there, but I love nettle tea, so I had to boil some water. So, so I just wanted to clear that up about the Alone series.
Cool. I have a couple questions here before we let you get going to the squirrels. This is from the preparedness guy. He asks, what is the one thing you wish you had done prior to COVID-19? Is there anything that you wish that you would have had or done differently prior to all this going down?
I'm always prepared. Like I said, if I go out into the wild, and I've trained myself to get to a knife-only kind of way of life, I can build and make anything. I'm super crafty and creative, and you see that. Skills make life better. Gear makes it more fun and enjoyable. There's not really, I just wish life was back the way it was before this, because I think we've been cowered down and fallen to being afraid of, this boogeyman. And we've locked up over 99% of the world for a few percentage points. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't. I don't want anyone's grandparents or loved ones to pass, because I understand. If that's happened to you, my heart goes out to you. You have my prayers and blessings. But as a world, herd immunity, these diseases have been around for years, and we have to build our own natural bodies up against it. So what I want people to take from this bad disease is to take care of your bodies, work out, get in shape, and people are doing that, which is a great thing that came out of this thing. Get fresh air, good oxygen, good water in your body, eat right, take care of yourself so this nasty little bug can't get us again. And I think we come out the other side of this thing, man. I'm ready to sit on a bar stool, drink a craft beer, go to a coffee shop and have a nice coffee and talk with people. We're a communal species.
Yeah.
Handshaking is electrifying when you touch another hand, because it sends vibes through each other. We draw off each other's energy. A nice hug of each other can make things all much better. So we're a communal species, and not being able to touch one another, not being able to be as closer than 6 feet, in my personal opinion, is ridiculous, especially if you're not sick. If you're sick, mask up, take care of yourself. if you're around people that, you know, you don't want to get sick, the vulnerable. I got a 95-year-old grandmother. If I'm going to go see her, I'm going to mask up because I don't know if I got it or not. I think I've had it, and I think I'm okay now. But this thing came at us so fast and right crossed us, and we were just, the country was not ready for this. And this goes several administrations back in preparedness to get ready for it.
Yeah.
As an individual, you got to take care of your family, do what you can. We're all caught with our pants down on this one. I'm sorry. It just happened. But, you know, we got to take care of each other the best we can. And, you know, if it's wearing a mask, that's a small price to get back to normal. I'm okay with it. I just wear a little gator over my face because I can't stand the other things. But, you know, I don't know if that answered the question, but
that's great. That's perfect.
We're Americans, and we're going to figure this out. But don't forget who caused this.
Here we
and
go.
Don't be fooled by anything. It was the Chinese, and that's my opinion. But the evidence, as far as I've seen it, is there, and they need to pay. You know, they're going to need to answer for this because they've put this on the world, and that's not cool in my book. And they're up to. I don't know that they're up to nefarious things, but when you're playing around with nasty diseases like this that should have stayed in a cave, they should have left it in the damn cave.
Cool. Well, great. I think that's a perfect ending for the stream. So. Again, this has been a real treat for me. I hope that everyone that's been in the comment section, everyone seems to be, I've been trying to do as many of the questions as I can for it. So thank you so much for taking the time away from your hike and from your day.
No worries. If we didn't get to the questions, write them down. We'll do this again, maybe in a couple months, the backside of this thing. Let's have a post-COVID interview. It'll be great. I've got a lot of things going on coming up. I still have a few projects in the works. Which I'm really excited about. Hopefully, I'll be getting my own show. I hope so.
There we
soon,
go.
Which would be great.
Again, I'm going to be testing all of this. I'm going to be eating all of your food for several days now, so that'll be fun. And then stay tuned.
You'll be
for that
quite happy.
All right, guys. So make sure you subscribe to EJ's channel. Make sure you follow him on all of his social media sites. Pick up some of the food. I'm going to be testing it out. Pick up the knife, the big brother and the little brother of the knife.
They're on the way too, buddy. They're on the way to you, Cliff.
I'm so excited. So again, thanks again for spending the time, and I hope that you enjoy your hike and stay safe when you're out there.
Hey, I'm camping out here. That's why I'm not telling you where I'm at, because I don't think they want us out here, but they're going to be hard pressed to find me in my little hides position wherever I'm at. So I really enjoyed this. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at EJ SNYDER 333 at Instagram, Twitter, EJSNYDER.com for all things skull crushing. And go to my Facebook, EJ Skullcrusher Snyder page. Got 98,000 likes on it. That way, you know you're at the right page. Don't go to my personal page. I hardly am over there. I don't go over there too much anymore. And then, like I said, go to my webpage. There's something you want out of me, survival training. I travel for survival training. I don't run a school. I don't want to be a principal. I like to do one-on-ones and group trainings and that kind of stuff. And I do trekking guides. So once we can start backpacking and hiking in the national parks again, let's get out there, get after it. So, and I do motivational speaking as well. So if you're having an event or you want someone to come speak at your event to motivate folks, I'll wear a mask if I have to. I'm pretty loud, but.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much. And I provided all the links in the description box. Check it out and stay tuned for more videos featuring the products from EJ Skullcrusher SNYDER. So,
yeah!
All right, take care.
Yeah, you guys stay safe out there. Salutes.
See ya. All right. Wow, that was fun. That was a big treat for me. So I've been trying to keep an eye on everything in the comment section and everything like that. Let's see. Let me hide this really quick. Okay, there we go. Again, that was EJ Skullcrusher SNYDER, 25-year military combat veteran, naked and afraid, legend, dual survivalist, expert survivalist trainer, and has a bunch of cool gear and knives. And that was a blast. I tried to get through as many of the questions as I could. We had a little bit of connectivity problems in the beginning, but it looks like it's resolved now. So let's do some quick little things in the comment section and see, load. Cool. So we have, let me see, the Apex Prepper is wanting EJ for her round table. That would be awesome. Let's see, what items would you recommend for home-based prepping? Yeah, so we didn't get to all the questions over here. Let's see, someone from the Netherlands. So we have Sitting in the studio right now, we have Austin Chambers, author of the book series Cascadia Fallen. It's an awesome book series. I've done the review of the first book on my channel. I'm going to be doing a review of the second book as soon as I'm ready for that one. And he has a YouTube channel that's just it's starting to take off now. He's been cranking out a lot of videos. So we'd like to bring in now on the stream Austin Chambers from the book series Cascadia Fallen.
Howdy,
How's
folks.
it going, man? I like that. I like your shirt with you have some
Yeah, that's my tactical cliff. That's part of my EDC now.
Yeah.
And your mom just commented that your office is clean. I noticed Wonder Woman wound up on the wall finally.
Yeah, my mom is now part of the streaming. She said, "Hey, I want to be able to post stuff on the stream, so I should make my mom."
Only be one Tup's mom. Hi, mom.
Yeah, so if you look in the chat room, that says Tup's mom, and it has a version of my logo with pink. That really is my mom, and so you can ask her any questions that you want. I've been trying to get her to come on the live stream. She doesn't want to, but she's going to make sure that everyone stays in line in
Maybe
the chat
she'll
room.
be you an awesome leg lamp for Christmas.
I love the leg lamp. Yeah, I cleaned my office. My wife told me, "Hey, if you have an EJ on, you need to make sure your office looks clean." So I spent like 6 hours cleaning the office. So you could see it's a
Yeah.
it's a
You gotta listen to mom.
yeah. So guys, if you're in the chat room, make sure you say hi to my mom. You could go to @Tup's mom, and she's over there, and try to convince her to come on as a guest for the live stream. So you can ask her any questions about me and stuff. So, well, cool. That's funny. I have to make her a moderator. Let me. I'll do that while we're talking. But cool. But I want to talk with you about your channel because you're cranking out videos left and right on a variety of different topics, and it's just been awesome. And I've just been watching it grow. So, what's going on with all this creativity?
Attributed to a good friend of mine, Chad and Shelby Catron have a 70,000 sub channel about living off grid, right? North Country off grid. And he gave me a shout out last Sunday. I went from 129 subscribers to like 1,300 that day. So, and I've gained another 300 plus since then. So, but I'm a chronic asthmatic. I'm pretty open about that. And I work for the federal government, so they've allowed me to stay at home on admin leave. And I decided I needed to try to do something, if nothing else, just to pass time a little bit. It was a good chance to do something I've been working on for a while anyhow. So ultimately, that's where the videos started coming from. That'll slow down dramatically when I go back to my job full time. Plus, I'm still trying to write book 3. So
yeah, geez. So you're cranking out videos. Writing a book of a 3-part series. I mean, you're staying pretty busy. And look at all these videos are 5 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 1 day ago. I'm barely trying to get one a week, and you're just cranking them out.
You're slacking, but you've got 900 other videos, so that's probably all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's just it. It's I don't know much about the YouTube algorithm. I don't think even YouTube knows much about it, but I do know that continuing to carry momentum is probably the most important part for a new channel. So
yeah, definitely, and I think the collaboration with other channels also helps out too. So.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, I jumped specifically because of their call out, and so I'm just going to take that momentum, keep trying to build on it. And what I'm trying to do is not make them verbose. I wound up trimming a lot of uhs and ers and just ramblings out of the videos to try to keep them somewhat short. Yeah. And also because I've been in the author game for 1.5 years now, I've already learned a little bit about things like newsletters and freebies. And I know like you tend to almost every video put some sort of attachment, a PDF, a free download. Yeah. And I've started doing that. Sometimes it's a newsletter generator. Sometimes it's free with just the option to join the newsletter. But yesterday I basically wanted to start people out on, hey, how do you do comms, right, for your family, your group unit after some sort of emergency. And I used to be a net operator for something called Amron. So, and Amron's a preparedness organization that started a nationwide radio net, but it also has something called the Channel 3 Project, where they encourage non-hams to use either GMRS or MERS or FRS3 or CB, not GMRS, but MERS, FRS, or CB Channel 3 to relay to ham operators in their area. So I kind of built a family plan around that because not everyone in my family is a ham radio technician. and took a sanitized version of that plan and offered it as a freebie. So that's the kind of stuff now I'm trying to do with my videos also. But a lot of the compliments come in as, hey man, thanks for making it short and sweet to the point. And so I'm trying to remember that.
Yeah, I mean, they're like you have the best strategy for the videos, like especially for you know kickstarting the channel and everything. As far as a lot of them are in the single digit minutes times, which is like perfect for like people versus having a big 20-minute video. Like
I know I have attention deficit. If I see videos, if it's 16, 20 minutes long, I'm going to be forwarding through a lot of it, right? So, and I figure a lot of people are probably like that.
Yeah.
But there's times when the video does need to be that long, and so you just got to make sure every second counts, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome on all this, and it's great that you're starting to get the visibility across the
community. Thanks for the I appreciate it. So
I think it's just going to keep on growing and growing, especially with applying a lot of the things that we've seen from the books, various concepts that are in there, and it's cool to see them visually now too.
And so actually, that's an interesting point. Video 2 or 3 days ago was about, it was just a quick vid. It was not something in my original spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet, to plan out for a couple of months. Mm-hmm. And it was a response to a viewer question, which was, hey, I live in a city. I don't have a car. And how do I bug out? What's my planning there? So it immediately made me think, and I don't know how much you've listened to the book too yet, but there's a scene early on where the retired ranger and his family are bugging out. And they, a mile and a half into their bug out, they wind up on their bikes and walking, right? So I guided this lady toward the answer, which is, hey, go to Google Maps right now. Look at where you got to go. And there's a little person up there, right? People forget about the little hiker. And it'll show you a different trail that gets you off of trails and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, you go, you can look at where this Google's telling you to take trails and stuff, but you can also go to the actual satellite view, and you'll be able to find all of the power line runs and stuff. So, so looking at the comments and things are helping me out. Today I'll probably do a little quick blog type video today, also as a response to a question I got via my website email yesterday. Same thing about a lady wanting to know how some self-defense skills. She's in California, too expensive to get into owning a gun and being able to carry it. So, that's another thing that's helped me generate video ideas. Is just being able to respond to people's questions.
Yeah. I'm seeing, I think, is your wife on the chat room right now? I see
she's got
Mrs. Austin Chambers. Tup's office is clean. Austin, you should clean yours. Is my office cleaner than yours?
It's my office then. I just want to get that on the record, right?
So I see some papers in the back. I see the printer, and then the leg lamp. I need a leg lamp.
Yeah, wait. Hold on, I got to turn the computer. There. Wait, we lost the leg lamp. So
yeah, no, we have to have the leg lamp in the video. So.
But by the way, I forgot to say it earlier. I want to thank EJ Skullcrusher for warming up my crowd for me. Being follows Michael Jackson on stage right now, but
yeah, it was that was a lot of fun. I had like a little notepad as far as because I was getting questions from various people and trying to stay on track. And then I was in the beginning, we had a little bit of problems with my echo and the audio. I think it's because he was in a remote location that we don't know. But it looks like it resolved itself over it. So. Which worked out, but yeah. So this is now we're able to talk a lot of the prepping stuff that we're on your channel stuff too. So when can we expect book 3 to come out?
Probably at the
You're still writing it, right?
End of July would be the very earliest. It may even be later than that. So I wanted to take this YouTube momentum and push it forward, and not just lose it completely. When I get into writing, I have to get into it for hours at a time. And so I want to try to get a small vault of videos ready to upload over the course of a few weeks so that I can kind of ignore YouTube, just do minor administrative work on looking at comments and stuff. So I'm behind on my own schedule on the writing. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think it'll matter too much. But to all the people who keep asking me when's book 3 coming out, I know it's a disappointing answer. But I would rather put out a quality product than just try to rush it out. I'm starting to work out some of the plot points in my head. I kind of hit a wall for a while there because I want it to be the best of the 3 books, and I set a high bar on that, I think. So at least
totally. So it looks like just taking a look at the website, putting it up right now. So you're promoting the YouTube channel. I'm on YouTube channel now. Check out the channel.
Yep.
Hey guys, if you haven't already subscribed to Cascadian Preparedness on YouTube, make sure you do that right now. I put a link in the description box already. So
Appreciate it.
click the link, subscribe. This is going to be it's a great content, and then make sure that you get the book too. So let's go over here. For anyone that's doesn't know already, you need to be reading these books. So which has a lot of awesome in the shout out that you got from recently, they talked about the level of detail that you not only demonstrated in the book, but you could see that also in the videos as well that you're doing. That
Well, that's kind of
what he's talking about.
My core first series was a 10-part series on preparedness organization. And originally it was kind of inspired by the way you organize, but I don't do as much like color coding and stuff.
Yeah.
If money were no object and I were a guy that didn't have to, worry about paying bills and stuff, I would probably go buy all new tubs and make it color coded too. But
yeah,
you are highly organized, and I'm fairly organized too. But mine's a little bit different because I wanted to organize based on an escalating scale of need.
Yeah.
And that's where my video series is. It starts out kind of mundane. It's like everyday carry and get home bags, but it eventually culminates in a 2-part base camp videos. So, and part of there's an offshoot series that's going to come off of that about, people's, I call it the posse kit, because in the book, all the law-abiding people kind of band together. And as the rule of law is starting to fall apart after these natural disasters, they decide they're going to kind of form up an unofficial posse, right? So I've got a posse kit series that is coming out on Mondays, and it was going to be 6 parts. Now I think I'm going to condense it to 5. So part 2 will be coming out this Monday. It's kind of an offshoot of the prep org. But on top of that, you'll see, my playlist. The only playlist I'm ever going to try to have repeat offenders in is the quickies. Those quickies will also be found in the other playlist. But one of the things that always irked me over the years, and not necessarily irked me, but if you go to look at a playlist and then you find, especially when Netflix does this, right? You go, okay, well, I just looked at all the action movies. Now I'm going to look at comedies, and it's half the same action movies. I'm tired of looking at those thumbnails. So that's when my playlist will kind of be organized, and I'll have some of the other ones, gear reviews and, skills, things like that. I've got a lot of working experience with ropes and knots, so I think that's going to be one I'll crank out a few on. And the reason is things like that are the basic skill you need if you want to go set up a tarp shelter or something, right? So
yeah. It looks like it's that time of the stream again where it's EDC check time on.
So
and I even see something in the Apex.
Sweatpants.
The Apex Prepper is asking what's in your EDC.
I think it was a laminator, but the same point. But so today I've got my EDC cliff face.
Yeah, I love it.
And then I have an EDC toothbrush that comes in this high-tech antiseptic container, and my EDC neem oil extract. You never know when you're going to need some of that. And then, of course, on my ankle holster, I've got a EDC S'more-tastic s'mores with an actual cast iron skillet. So cast iron, can't beat that. I kind of figured Skullcrusher probably would have had one of these too.
I was a little surprised that he didn't have that in his.
Right. This one's not 1095 steel. It's probably going to need to be sharpened a little more often, but
So EJ has a really cool name, Skullcrusher. I don't have any cool name. Do you have like a tag name for you, like for Austin, Skullcrusher Snyder, something along those lines?
Well, yeah, there's that. People always say, "What's cooter mean?"
Cougar.
Cooter. Yeah, that's my nickname.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And their mind goes to the gutter immediately. I just remind them it was a character on a family-friendly TV show in the 70s, right?
Okay.
So, that was a nickname.
We may start seeing Austin Cooter Chambers.
No. It would probably be that because I can't afford any more tattoos. I need really as cool as Skullcrusher. It might be Donut Crusher or something.
Yeah, I need to get a cool tag name too because I just have. I guess the Urban Prepper is okay, but
Tup, right?
You got Tup.
Tup is.
Yeah, people are. We have Tup. So, but Skullcrusher is like that's That's a gnarly one. That's a
If you're gonna walk with that nickname, you got to be able to back it up, right? I
Yeah.
think you can back up Skullcrusher pretty well. I know I could back up Cooter, so
yeah. I can. I'm gonna work on mine. So let me know in the chat room or the comment section if you think I need a good tag name for mine. We have Austin Cooter Chambers right now on the stream, and we just saw his EDC, which was it was pretty fantastic. One of the best EDCs.
well, that's gonna have to be my shtick whenever I come on here now, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, I really like the what was that, the laminator that you had last time? That was a different EDC that you had.
yes,
So-
Dutch bike blogger. That was Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Back when it was okay to show that show.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to put I'll put a PDF together of your current EDC, and we'll have to add it into this video for post production.
Yes, I forgot about the freebie. Yes, have to do. No, but my current EDC is pretty mundane. It's a pocket knife, which varies from time to time. Right now, it's a Spyderco, an Olight SR1 baton. I love Olights.
Yeah.
And I love having small flashlights. I carry an actual tourniquet on me all the time. When I'm not on federal property, I carry a firearm and a handkerchief. I sweat a lot, so it's usually for that. But if you go look at Suture's channel, there's like 30 uses for a handkerchief, right?
Yeah, he has a really good video on that.
Yeah. So, and let's see, and then when I'm at work, a pad and paper, pen and paper, and that's about it. So, flashlight, knife, tourniquet, as far as preparedness items. So.
Yeah, it looks like let's see, Rachel or Rochelle this is Cliff Color Coder. That's kind of cool one.
There you go.
Triple C. You can start calling me Triple C.
Yeah.
The classic provider, might not be too classy. It looks like my mom's getting it. Let's see. I will ask Tup about this after this. So it looks like I messed up on something. Let me see, Walter. Let's do this live stream. Okay, good afternoon. This is Walter. I haven't received the last week's winning. Okay, Walter, we'll find out. My mom is on the case too, so she's gonna help find out that as well. So again, we have Tup.
She's got a 100% success rate. Look at that office.
Yeah, and again, we have Tup's mom. That is my real mom. That's on the in the chat room right now. So feel free to ask her any questions with regard to me. So, and we'll figure that out. Triple C is our rapper name. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good rapper name, Triple C. Cool. So I had some other questions I wasn't able to ask EJ. Why don't we ask Austin Cooter Chambers on some of these questions that I wasn't able to get to? Let's see. What are some of the ones? I guess we already did that one. We did that one. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just kind of reading through.
You always ask your mom questions too, right?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions from my mom in the chat room, I'll be put those in the chat room.
What made Cliff, want to cry or whatever when he was a kid?
Yeah, I cried. The times I really remember crying is when Bambi's mom died, and when Optimus Prime died in the Transformers movies. Those are pretty. I guess how about I know that EJ's eaten a lot of things. What's the weirdest thing that you've eaten that you've never want to eat again?
Well, I don't want to insult culture, but it was something called balut in the Philippines.
Balut.
Yeah, it's basically, and I think not just the Philippines, other Southeast Asian countries, but they'll take like fermented chicken or duck eggs and so that was kind of different for an American.
Yeah, when I went to Taipei, I went there for work and I had a stinky tofu. It was pretty disgusting. Durian is disgusting, I think.
Right. So I once fought a 130-pound Great Dane German Shepherd mix for a dog biscuit. I would eat that again.
For a dog biscuit? Wow.
Yeah.
You won't eat the German Shepherd. That's not what you're saying.
No, the dog biscuit.
Okay. What's up? So I guess that leads to the next question. What's one thing that you would totally eat again that might be surprising to some people?
Probably the dog biscuit, right?
That's how are you going to beat the dog biscuit? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're fortified with like 26 nutrients, right?
Yeah.
It's just getting those crumbs out of your fillings afterwards.
What's one surprising fact that you think people would be surprised to learn about Austin Cooter Chambers then?
Well, like a real fact or a fun fact?
Fun fact. Yeah, what's a fun fact that most people probably don't know
All
about
right.
you?
So usually when these little things pop up at Facebook or whatever, I throw out there that the wrestler known as Gold Dust used to cheat off of me in 6th grade. So people go, "Who's Gold Dust?" Well, he was a wrestler like 30 years.
Yeah, Dusty Dustin Rhodes
Dustin Rhodes,
was
yeah. Yeah, he
son of Dusty Rhodes. Yeah.
And of course, I was doing this the whole time, trying not to let him cheat. So that's why, he wound up repeating 6th grade, I think. But yeah, that's probably the fun one. I grew up as the son of an accountant who happened to be a kind of a higher level state auditor.
Yeah.
So I had played softball with one Texas governor, and I had Thanksgiving dinner with another one. So there's little weird facts like that. But I'm really kind of mundane and boring.
I don't think so.
Says it all. I'm a Navy vet, and I did firefighter EMT for a while. Most of it volunteer. I did a couple of years paid. But asthma kind of forced me out of that. And so I've just been working as a civilian at a nuclear shipyard here on the West Coast most of the time. So.
Well, I don't think you're boring at all based off of your EDC. I think we all know that's not true.
No, yeah. I'm a secret introvert. Around my core groups, I'm always extroverted. But as far as like life, I don't go to concerts, and I don't have these cool stories about scaling, 3,000-foot cliffs or anything. So.
We have a question from the Apex Prepper. Prepper, why haven't you called in? What's going on here? Well, first off, second, I guess I need to send them the link, I think. I'll send that over to you right now. But here's the question. What is your number one food or drink that you will miss when we are in the post-apocalyptic scenario?
Well, I've been missing it for a couple of years. I've been trying to keep my insulin under control with keto eating. So I miss chips and salsa from my favorite Mexican restaurant. But that's like my Reese's peanut butter cups are probably also the thing I would miss the most. Because I don't know, they're just kind of addictive.
Yeah, we've been stocking up on, we call it survival candy, because we have a lot of the long-term food storage, and we're kind of taken care of on that, but the candy is the stuff for morale purposes. I think it's
right. It's funny how those little things can be morale boosters. So
yeah. So let's see. We had another question. This is from the Titan Preparedness channel. What made you want to write a book, and where did you get your research from?
Okay, well, like a lot of new authors, I just wrote about the things I'm most familiar with. So, like I say in my preface to book one, the first chapter of book one kind of opens up with a teaser 7.0 earthquake. And if you've ever been in a small earthquake, there's nothing fun about them, but compared to the rest of it, it's kind of a teaser. So. But in 2001, I was a scaffold builder here at this shipyard on the West Coast, and wound up riding an earthquake. It was February of 2001. It was about a 6.8, 6.9. Cliff, you probably remember it, the Nisqually quake. But riding scaffold was not very fun that day. And of course, by that time, I was already a former firefighter. And just got done being an EMT for 7 or 8 years also. So preparedness had always kind of been ingrained in the back of my mind. But really it was 49 going on 50. And, I just started to realize that the bucket list never going to scratch itself off. And on top of that, I've worked an overhead job for several years where I don't get any overtime. And so I just wanted a way to kind of start generating additional passive income. But then I learned that to me, I've always been a pretty decent writer. And even then, writing and then finding out how to hire an editor, because no matter how well you write, you need an editor. And you need a professional cover designer if you want the thing to sell and things like that. All that was all part of it. Then learning how to stand up a business and market and just all these other things that go into it. I had to kind of repeat that process with YouTube now, right? Now that I've kind of learned how to edit videos and do all the uploads and things, it's starting to get more time efficient. I'm starting to realize, okay, I can get back to the writing thing again. But every time you learn a new skill set like that, you have to invest a lot of time in learning and perfecting if you want to put out a good product. So really the book just started with the desire to kind of get this bucket list item. When you start staring 50 in the face, you go, I'm never going to learn that second language or go, to Machu Picchu or whatever if I don't make a goal to go do it, right? So, and then as far as what I wrote about, I relied heavily on my experience, not only as a shipwright in a shipyard, which is really the subplots, but range officer, and I was an instructor trainee. And so I took all of those things and kind of wrote, I always viewed the gun range that I belonged to as an ideal location for people to flock to if there's ever, who people don't have a bug out location, but are members of that range, very well may wind up there just kind of on autopilot. So that's what happened in the book. And of course, I had all these other subplots and stories in my head. I could have probably turned in this to a 6 or 8 book series, but I decided on a trilogy. And so in book 2, I take the main characters and all of their plots, and they introduce all new subplots, which makes people go back in time. By the end of book 2, all that timeline is caught up. But we went back in time and got to see those earthquakes and stuff all over again from new people's perspective, and new types of bug out issues that different people are running into. So it's been a lot of fun.
I'm hoping to have my.
Yeah. Well, all my experience as a firefighter, as a veteran, and as a shipwright in a shipyard are the things that kind of were my research, right? So now, as far as like geology and things, I had no experience or expertise in that. That did require a lot of additional time to go look into. So
I was going to say, so awesome. So I was going to say that again, if you don't already have the book, there's links in the description box. You got to get it. I have a review of it. So I need to have the second book review done slightly before when the third book comes. I think that would be a good timing for that.
Sure.
Looks like we
get the Audible link. I thought I gave you one.
Yeah. I have the Audible link, and I have the books, and then I have one for Tactical Temperatures too that I'm going to be sending over her way too. So we should get her on as a guest so we could ask her a bunch of questions. So
fair warning, I don't know, maybe I'm just a little devilish. I like to end off the books with kind of cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Hey, Hanger, that's your nickname.
There it is. It could be Triple C or Hanger. Yeah, those are the two ones. Let's see. We have the Apex Preppers over here. Let's skip Bernie on really quick. There we go. Can you hear us? Okay.
Look at that.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh, welcome. So I see that my mom is talking to people. People are asking if I was. Let's see. We have the Dutch bike. There's the books. Make sure you get those books. Cliff always been meticulous in the things you know.
I gave him a set.
Yeah, he is. And then my mom's writing back. So again, if you want to ask my mom any questions, she's in the chat room right now. Speaking with it. This was an interesting question. I thought the three of us would be able to answer. So what wild animal would you like to try to eat?
Wild animal.
A deep fried bald eagle, or what are we thinking?
Ooh, that's probably a bit gamey and a bit illegal.
Yes. Yeah, you go to prison for that probably too.
Believe it or not, I grew up in Texas, and I don't think I ever ate snake. I ate shark once.
Yeah, I haven't had snake either.
Grass snake.
Yeah, I mean, EJ said that he ate tadpole soup, which sounds disgusting. I would totally eat snake, and I've had alligator. But I'm trying to think of the weirdest. I ate kangaroo one time, and it was disgusting. Real super gamey.
Well, and the other thing you can do is you just go to Cabela's, right, and you had buffalo burger or whatever. So,
buffalo burgers are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, we have Mark says don't try eating bats anytime soon.
Yeah, no bats.
No bats. Don't eat those. What else would I try to eat? I think I don't know. Would you eat a honey badger?
Oh,
honey
what
badger.
are my other options?
They're mean. Those guys are mean.
Yeah, I don't think I want to try to catch one.
Yeah. We were watching a show. I was just thinking about that because we were watching a show the other day on TV, and it showed how we're showing our kids the honey badger.
Keto diabetic specific preps do you recommend?
Let's
think about full-blown diabetes is storing insulin, right? So my biggest thing there is if you are able to build up an insulin supply, is you got to have a way to power your refrigerator, or develop some sort of good cooling system via a root cellar or a swamp cooler or something. But for ketogenic eating, obviously it's heavily relies on fat and protein and very little carbs. But what do we store as preppers? Rice and beans, right? Pasta. Now, when we get skinny, we're all going to need those carbs. But I think if people are trying to preserve their way of eating, a lot of people don't realize you can buy butter and clarified butter in cans. It stores for years. And butter is a heavy staple in cooking, right, for keto. So that would probably be the one that gets overlooked real easily.
So you do a canned butter for in your storage then?
Yeah, for our storage, we have 2 different types of clarified butter that's in a can. It sits on a shelf, doesn't need refrigeration. Next week, or next time you have me on, I'll have a couple of them out here to show you.
I'd like to try. Now we've been talking about trying to hopefully once this COVID thing goes away that we could all get together at some point, get Bernie in town. I feel well. You guys both are advertising the Cascadian Fallen series. I need to get my books out really quick. But we were talking about doing a round table, and I thought it'd be so fun to play the board game Pandemic.
Yes.
I'm advertising my cliff face. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, hold on.
But I see Bernie has his books in the back there.
I got the tin.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the tins too. Cool. I have a couple of those. But yeah, we'd like to do some more of these. Like I think we're calling them round table. Although Casual Preppers, they said it was more of like the Brady Bunch lineup as far as how the screens are lined up over here. But Bernie, or the Apex Prepper, sorry. Will you be willing to come into town? Because Austin and I are not too far from each other. There's some other people.
Definitely.
Can we do a little? We have to do something when this is all said and done, right?
Yes, I'm. You're not that far away, really.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Yeah, I definitely come up.
Awesome. So I think I was talking with Austin about doing the board game one, but I think any kind of topic would be fun. And last week we were talking about gardening, and it seems like that was a super interesting topic with people. Do you guys both have gardens?
Well, no, ours is overrun. We have a garden, but it's full of weeds. We're really good at dandelions.
So we just moved this last winter. And I did get some lumber for building some planter boxes. So yeah, I'm getting ready for that. I have some seeds, not a lot, and mostly like just an herbal garden. I know that we're going to be looking at onions and garlic. I love both of those. So we'll be starting one here pretty soon, especially now that it's spring.
Yeah. Yeah, we're working on one over. We have one over here. I have a whole bunch of compost right now in the driveway, which is smelling great. But we'll be putting that into some gardens coming up, maybe even this weekend. Let's see. So installed on the keto. We're talking about keto diet here. Let's see. What's this one?
Yeah.
Oh, about transplanting their plants outside.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, while I had it in full screen, I got my books out too. All right, people. If you haven't bought it, we've been talking about it. Make sure you buy the books. Links in the description box below. You can get the audio version.
They're a lot cheaper. Obviously, you can afford. Those are pretty affordable. So.
The Kindle ones, yeah. So I'm going to have my review of the second book out. I think I think before the third book comes out officially, the review will be out there. So that's going to be a fun one. So, well, cool. Let's do a few more questions. I guess we don't normally. I've been going over 2 hours, so I don't mind if this one goes a little less on it because I have a big week for next week as well. Let's take a few more questions.
Yeah, I was wanting to know if you've started, wearing a catheter bag yet because of all the times you end this thing. Okay, I got
There's the mountain our end has given me many catheters. Every time he comes into town, he brings catheters with him. So, hey Cliff, here you go. Here's a catheter for your kid. So
that one's used. Put that one aside.
And there have been times where someone's been talking, and I wanted to go in full screen mode like this, and then I'll just sneak off to talk amongst yourselves, and then I'll go to the bathroom. But I haven't had to yet. There's been times where I really had. I was like, oh,
welcome to the Top Show.
Yeah,
that's a good prepper item. So.
Oh, that reminds me what I should do. This is a good plug for my next video. It's going to be coming out tomorrow. And that's speaking of catheters and have to go to the bathroom. It's the travel John, which is a little toilet. I don't know if you guys have seen
I love the logo on that thing.
Yeah, it's
they've got their pinch knees, pee-pee dance going on.
Yeah, so these are something that I'm integrating into my latest EDC kit in addition to my vehicle preps. But it just basically becomes
vehicle.
Yeah, so keep it in your glove box or in your EDC bag, and it's basically a little urinal that has a material in there that's kind of like a diaper material that soaks up the liquid, so you could tip it upside down and it's not going to spill. So maybe on a future live stream I'll test one of these out for real.
So in Mrs. Chambers' get home bag or bug out one of her bags, or maybe both of them, we've got something called a Go Girl.
Yeah, I've seen that.
and I can't get her to try it. But it's basically supposed to be so women could like stand up and pee, right? So
Yeah.
out in the woods or whatever. So
Yeah, so with the travel John, maybe I'll do a demo scenario live on a live stream. YouTube will ban me for sure this time.
yeah,
It reminds me of all those times
videos
whenever you're
for that,
traveling.
so.
It reminds me of all those times when you're driving, on a road trip, and Dad, he doesn't stop for anything, right?
Yeah, I started getting these because our kids were going on road trips, and I have to go to the bathroom, and we're like nowhere near anything, or if you have a traffic jam or something, wait, we can't go anywhere, and if there's no bottle or something in the car, then that's why I started including these. So now I have a whole bunch of them all over the place, but I'll keep one handy for a future live stream just in case. Let's see. Let's see. Fund me for leg bags for Cliff. Yeah, so I might need them. What do we have here? I've used Bex 505. Do you like the Go Girl? We need to know.
Yeah, she said she used it.
So she's going to try it if she absolutely has to. Yeah, I think these are for emergency purposes only, I think. Right.
Yeah.
Canadian Prepper has TP covered. Tup has the rest covered. Yeah, I do have some Canadian Prepper toilet paper tablets in my EDC bag too now. So I think it's hilarious that's he makes so many really great videos, and they're all super popular. But the most popular one is the toilet paper one.
Well, that and it's like the thing no one ever wants to talk about. I don't remember how many times, more in book 1, but also in book 2. Also, I address like, how are these people going to go to the bathroom, right? A few different times.
Well, I know, I know that they had like basically the way you described it in book 1, at least, that there's like basically a little ditch where they had a little hanging area,
right? Which is any grunt knows what that is. But then they took all their old. So a lot of gun ranges that do practical shooting have blue barrels that wind up full of bullet holes, right?
Yeah.
So in this book, they just take these blue barrels, plastic barrels that are full of leech holes, basically, and turn it into basically an outhouse pit. And then they would cover it with ash from the volcano and stuff and supply, and then move the house to the next barrel, right? It was like a rotating system. So, and they just, one of the action bays, they go and bury a bunch of these barrels down and build a little movable outhouse over it. So, but, and then in book 2, so I have a friend who's a septic designer, and I asked him some questions about the old days. And basically in the old days, they would usually use cedar because it's so resilient to rot and stuff, but they built the square box out of cedar that they buried in the ground and left it open, and then a bunch of rocks and stuff in it. And so that's kind of a primitive septic system, right? As old cedar box in the ground.
Cool.
Yeah.
I always learn new things when we talk as far as.
Well, that's just it. I always think, what's the things that are going to impact my family the most after the disaster? Go and poop. Yeah, that one's a big one, right? So
that's the definition of SHTF then, right? We have Mark. Have any of you guys had COVID? Cliff, with your medical conditions, are you classified as high risk? Yes, I am classified as high risk, and I don't know. I imagine a lot of us probably have had it. We don't even know it, but I know Bernie. I think you had it, right? Probably.
It wasn't confirmed. I had all the symptoms.
It's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. So, and they still won't test because there's not enough test kits, and even though I had all the symptoms, they're just reserving all of those test kits for people that are currently experiencing them. So, I mean, there's a good chance that I did have it. Like I said, I had all the symptoms, but I guess we'll never know until they allow me to get tested.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little off topic, but I love your backdrop. Look, I mean, you have. I see that you have the Lysol wipes back there. Those are high value. That's like gold, basically.
He's got your card back there.
Yeah, got your.
Yeah, I see the EDC 10. I see some books. I see a VanQuest. Is this a sponsored segment of the live stream?
Well, let's just say that my normal background isn't very pleasing. So before the live stream, I have to doctor it up so it looks halfway decent. Yeah, I think your office looks clean. I think, and I cleaned my office. I think Austin, he has some papers that we see. So as far as this office comparison,
right, and that's the clean pile. So
yeah, that's Let's see. We have EDC TV, who was a guest last week. Cliff, how are you? EDC TV, I am doing good. So yeah, things are good. Yeah. He's saying hello. He was a guest last time. So next week I have a cool lineup as well. So I have another Naked and Afraid person coming on the show. His name's Shane Lewis. I have his book over here. I don't know if you guys remember Shane from the show, but we were always a really big fan of him too, because we thought he had a lot of depth to him there. You could see it was really obvious, and he has a really interesting backstory as far as kind of grew up in boarding homes and was institutionalized basically from like the age of 6 to 20, and then started globetrotting the world, and then became a survivalist. So he's coming on next week. Good friend of EJ SNYDER's too. They were in a challenge together on Naked and Afraid XL, which is cool. So I guess I'm featuring a lot of naked dudes on the stream. It's gotten to that point. So
can't go wrong with naked dudes. I was in the Navy. I should know.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys decided to wear clothes on this one. I know that
I almost didn't.
I know
Austin, we were talking before the stream, and we were saying, we were going to be clothed for this interview.
I was worried that you guys might pop on and then just in theme of, because
you start playing techno music, this shirt just might come off. Right? Losing how many copies I've had.
Get the glow sticks out and the.
Let's see. Someone's asking for your YouTube link, the Apex Prepper.
Oh man, so I have to get all of the content ready. So I'm one of those people. Yeah, I'm just one of those people that I don't want to just throw something out there and then have it be, just half done, right? Or I mean, I want to put something quality out. So
if you search
things that I am working on.
Sorry, if you search the Apex Prepper, it just comes up with Canadian Prepper and city prepping videos, it looks like.
Well, maybe they like me. I don't know.
Yeah, look at that.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I actually tried to go find a channel for your racing stuff and didn't see one. Did you?
So this goes back to the Bionic Madness, and this is where people were getting confused, right? So that's why I created the Apex Prepper, because Bionic Madness, my former name, that YouTube channel is mostly geared toward my racing and go-kart racing. And then I have a website. I don't need to plug it here, but I do have another website that is geared just for kids starting and parents who have kids that are wanting to learn to start racing. And it's just how you get into that, how to set those expectations and whatnot. So I have different personalities, and prepping is one of them, and then I have a racing side, and then, maybe even a couple others. So
here's a really good random question. Well, first off, I was going to say, if you search Bionic Madness on YouTube right now, it comes up with this weird rap video and then with the survival PDFs, and then a bunch of, I don't know what all this other stuff is here. So,
well, it should be, it's Bionic Madness. Oh, as one word. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That was the mess up.
Try it as one word.
There's a really good question in here that I thought we should answer. So
yes.
This is from Rachel Rochelle Moore. Rachel, let me know how to pronounce it correctly, because I know that you've been in a lot of these chat rooms, and I want to make sure I say it. Would any of you go on the show Naked and Afraid? How do you think you'd fare? This is a question for both Austin, for Cooter, and for.
I answered that last week. And I said yes, I would do it. How I would fare, I think I would have a hard time. I really do. I think it would be very, very difficult for me. One, I have really soft feet. I can't walk barefoot hardly anywhere. So
yeah, I don't like walking barefoot to get the mail, let alone like in the Amazon or
I will feel every little rock and stick. So unfortunately, the first thing I would have to do is make shoes out of reeds or whatever. But
it looks like Mrs. Austin Chambers is telling him to keep his clothes on. So.
You should know.
But yeah, I would totally do it.
Yeah. What about you, Austin?
So I absolutely would not do it. I'm not quite a Tobias Funke never nude, but I don't like being naked around other people. Now, with the exception of one party on a beach in the Philippines, I don't do the nudist thing. So, and that was, when I was like 21. So, and that's a story not for YouTube, by the way.
Okay, maybe when we all get together, we could talk about this story. Yeah.
But I do like the skill set question of that. I think mentally I'm pretty tough. I think my knees would probably, I have bad knees, and that would probably be the thing that drove me out of the show. But there's a new show on that we just discovered last night called Win the Wilderness. Have you seen that yet? I think it's on Netflix maybe, but it's this contest where this guy who homesteaded, one of the last true homesteaders under the American Federal Homestead Act, went and built himself something on a mountain deep in the middle of Alaska. And now that he's older and they have health issues, they had this contest to give away this nice big house they built. And they're testing the people kind of reality wise by making them go out with some survival experts and actually do stuff. These people couldn't put together a basic lean-to. So I don't know, just from my skill crafts from my careers and also from studying preparedness here on YouTube, I know I could go out there on Naked and Afraid and actually throw together a pretty decent shelter and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm not big on the whole naked thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't do Naked and Afraid in my backyard, let alone in some random country with some random person. There's absolutely no way they couldn't pay me to do it. And I think, I consider myself a prepper and not a survivalist. I think a survivalist is doing like little bow drills and everything and to make fire. I'd rather have a big lighter. Sure. So I would just not be meant for that, let alone even in the backyard for overnight. So would you guys do it if EJ was your partner, though, to help guide you through it?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
He'd do all the work, and then he'd be yelling at us.
I would just make the producers give me a really big block out box, kind of like in Borat. So.
I wonder if that'd be the hardest challenge that EJ's ever done, is like to have the three of us there with him in the Amazon, and we're all complaining. And
we just sit there and do playful banter the whole time.
Yeah. He's gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
They already have that show. So forgot about that.
Let's see. Any other things in the chat room? So it's weird. Many people don't use shoes. I bet there's a rule that they can't wear shoes. I've seen them make shoes out of like duct tape and stuff, which is cool. But yeah, I bet they're not allowed to bring shoes for some reason. That would totally be a good survival item, though.
I think they're allowed to make things.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was one where the girl made the hats. She made herself a bra and pants or coverage. So, and I want to say there was an episode where somebody made like slippers. Yeah,
they've done cool stuff like the people that bring like duct tape, or there's some like good sewers and stuff that they're able to do those kind of things. At least from what I've seen on the show. But yeah, I guess to answer the question, no, I don't. I think Bernie might try it, but Austin and Cooter and Tup or Triple C would not do it. So don't expect it anytime soon. Well, cool. I mean, I feel like we could probably cut this one a little earlier than normal and get back to a normal schedule. But yeah, again, I appreciate you guys helping everything behind the scenes and really making this go.
Yeah,
we didn't have to block anybody.
Thank you, trolls, for taking the day off.
Yeah.
I noticed that it was a pretty clean chat room this time.
Yeah.
I don't know what Cooter like brings out all like these horrible people that are saying all sorts of stuff in there. But yeah.
Well, a lot of times I don't even let them say stuff. They just have really racist stuff right in the title.
They're like, name is racist, and like, dude, what are you doing? You're just going to get banned right away. So, but, yeah, someone's saying that
should be bearable. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, cool. So, next week I have a cool show too. I have a few different guests from different manufacturers. Some of the folks from VanQuest are going to be coming on. Taylor and Michael. We had Michael on previously. Taylor wants to come on too, so we're going to have both of them on together. And then we're also going to have another Naked and Afraid guest, Shane Lewis, who I could put him up on the screen over here. But I'm super excited about that one. Our family's a big Shane fan, and we think he has his story so interesting. He's been through a lot, and he was basically, from what I've been talking with him, which is crazy because I haven't watched him on TV for so long, but he was basically like a prepper that had his go bag and he wanted to test out his skill. So, okay, I'll just go on Naked and Afraid and test it out, see how it goes. And that's how he described it. So I was like, what?
Wow.
No way I would do that. So yeah, so this is EJ. This so age 40, Connecticut, electrician. Let's see if there's anything else here. Every time if I search images, I'm sure it's going to be a bunch of naked people. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, that's EJ over there. Or not, sorry, Shane. Yeah. And here's a
what would be fun?
There's Shane and EJ right here, which is cool.
And we would do you kind of prolong or be a part of that collaboration, the round table.
Yeah.
Do you remember the show The Colony? Not the spaceship one, but the reality show The Colony?
The one in Los Angeles?
I didn't get to watch it, but I know about it, yeah.
Yeah. There's two of them. There was one in like Los Angeles. I want to say the other one was like in it was like Louisiana or something after Hurricane Katrina. But that could be a fun round table.
That'd be awesome. Man,
I don't know if my wife would let me be gone for that long though, but I mean, to do like a whole weekend of something like that, trying to, be in a warehouse and trying to figure out how to, survive and come up with stuff.
I think they got rid of that show just because it turned too much into like the Stanford study where people were starting to absorb their roles and stuff. So it was a pretty good show.
All right. Well, so looks everyone said fun chat, folks. Thank you, Mark. Looks like Alpha Prepping liked the show. Great show, guys. Thank you very much. YouTube hides these chats from the live section. Yeah, let's see. They do. Barefoot Prepper doing pose, dude. Hobbit feet. Okay. See, I would come home with which two females doing after doing laundry. Okay, so we have a lot of cool comments over there. Discovery Channel OME was great. Both are on YouTube for free. Yeah.
All right,
guys.
cool.
All right, we did another one. So we're going to keep doing these as long as we're all bunkered in place and sheltering and hopefully providing entertainment for people during this time. So again, this is fun. We're starting to get TV show guests now on the stream. So that's awesome.
Yeah, you've hit the big time.
Yeah,
you made it. You've done it.
Yeah, I have some surprise guests. I need to talk with you guys offline as far as they're more big time people that I'm trying to lock in, which is just so cool for me. It makes me a little nervous because I'm not a professional interviewer or anything like that.
You're doing great.
Well, thank you. So yeah, I have some more people. Again, next week's going to be Shane Lewis from the show Naked and Afraid, in addition to VanQuest and some other guests as well. Let me know who else you would want to have on the show. I've been trying to get Canadian Prepper to come on. He's been pretty busy with a lot of shipment stuff going on. Sensible Prepper, I don't know. I can't get a hold of him, but I'm having an easier time getting a hold of some of the TV people. So maybe I'll just start doing that. So
there you go.
So I actually have a. I don't want to say right now.
I know you don't go too much toward the firearm side of things, but if you ever get the Warrior Poet, that'd be a good one to have.
That'd be fun.
Energy guy.
Yeah. The Warrior Poet. All right, I'll add it to the list. I've reached out to a lot of people to say, hey, do you guys want to hop on the stream? So we're working out the details with everyone. So a lot of fun. So it looks like everyone's in the chat rooms having a good time. Thanks again, Walter. We'll figure out what's going on. My mom is already letting me know that I need to make things right with Walter. I thought I sent it out, so we'll check that out. Would love to do one show. Yeah, the Titan Preparedness. Why don't you hop on maybe the next time then? So you're always active in the comment section. Always have really good questions. So. Let's talk offline. We'll get you on and be able to talk. So, wonder if there's a Tupperware prepper. Yeah, that's really. That's an awesome idea. If I have some merchandise, it should be like called Tupperware. Make some T-shirts or something. All right, guys. Well,
from a guy that comments.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm going to wrap this one up. But again, everyone, thanks for tuning in to the live stream. Tune in next week for Shane Lewis from Naked and Afraid, the folks from VanQuest, in addition to some other surprise guests that I think you may like. And again, special thanks to the Apex Prepper and for Austin Cooter Chambers, author of the book Cascadian Fallen. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. And
I was the one dumb enough to tattoo.
Very cool. So thanks everyone for the support, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks.
All right, take care.